Welcome back to the Soccer Football Whisperer YouTube channel. For those who are joining us for the first time, we are here now reviewing some tools that were developed by the Soccer Football Whisperer for enhancing performance at clubs, and these tools covers the qualitative assessment of performance for all members of the club, beginning with the leaders, the CEO, manager, coach, staff, technical committees, players, and also the spectatorship and parents, and the entire football family, including the persons who are scouting, the intermediaries, and anyone that is involved in our beautiful game will want to participate and to get their hands on these tools. And we're looking here, I'm referring directly to the workbook. It's the Soccer Football Club Leadership Capacity Building and Performance Management and Appraisal System Workbook. There are 74 tools here that are new. They're just coming out first time, and they are all possible to be operated manually, which is something that I think will go a long way of getting persons who are interested to understand the game to another level, and so they will be better able to appreciate whatever technology that they may have to deal with going forward. The first tool is the Leaders Pre-Capacity Building Self-Quiz, which is recommended to be taken as soon as the leadership core of the club is aware of this material. The first thing they should do is to take the quiz themselves and encourage the other members of their team to also take the quiz, which will be asking some rather pertinent questions that will determine allow them to make the self-determination whether or not they are really prepared for the jobs that they are required to do, and that will really be necessary before taking the quantum leap of jumping into this program head first. The second program is to deal with the organization of the annual general meeting for the election of officers and formalizing the club as a legal body. That will be something that will be very interesting. It's a short clip for training the club leaders, and also for those clubs who may be doing it, it's a good time to review the methodology and how they are going about their business, electing officers and so on. The number 3 on our list is the Soccer Football Club Financial Policy, and we have done a draft for discussion which you may want to review. And this is really addressing those clubs that are, new beginners and who want to get things right and are already feeling the pressure that comes with financial accountability that is a requirement for high performance in the game. And we like to start at the beginning, because if we are not prudent with the financial affairs of the club, we can't anticipate a winning season or anticipate that we are going to have sustainable success. Number 4 is a lyrical concept of leadership challenges that will make very interesting reading. The lyrics is a lamentation from players about poor management, more organization of clubs, and how the players might be feeling as a result of this. But not to worry, the Soccer Football Whisperer program is here to sort all of those issues out and to help clubs to perform, to get their performance up and to maintain it. FIFA requested that one of their symbols or slogan is to take care of the ball, and certainly we have contemplated that and I've given 2 pieces that will suggest what the leadership should be thinking regarding the taking care of the ball, which is a very critical and profound mantra for the clubs or for the sport itself, for the game. The question is asked in number 6: can an ordinary team accomplish the perfect play? And there's a descriptive description of the game that has resulted in at least one occasion when there was a perfect play. At the kickoff, 10 passes, the 11 contact, ball is in the back of the net, 25 seconds of play. So we have to just look at that to develop the conceptual appreciation of the perfect play. We're trying to look to develop the perfect club eventually. Hopefully we'll get close. The organizational development and strategic planning meeting, we have an agenda and there are steps during that process, and there's a recommendation here for the persons who should really be facilitating such a meeting to set the club on a platform for success. The policy area is treated, and it is, really addressed and allow for an opportunity for the public or those whom the club is serving will feel appreciated and be able to participate and make a contribution to the affairs of their club. And this is really maybe a new area of involvement, and so some consideration must be given and some selectivity may be necessary as to how one would induct from the general population to participate in this process. And the business and technical player panel selection and recruitment process. They are recommending that there's a panel to support the recruiting, because there's always the decision that has to be taken in the end has to be taken by the club. One doesn't bring a player in unless the club is prepared to accept that player based on criteria that it has set for itself. So we will see how that pans out. There is also a look at the price performance ratio among the top teams to see where the expenditure is matched against performance at the top level, at the league level, to see the league, if a league is spending more than another, does that affect the outcome or the performance in terms of the game, the quality of the game itself. And right off the bat we are saying no. If the principles are being followed and dutifully engaged by the clubs, the standard should level off pretty close in terms of the quality of performance. And the club can spend a lot, but doesn't necessarily mean that is going to be producing the best football that can be produced. The user guide example is very interesting for what we call our most valuable player tool, the MVP tool. This is a tool that will produce a finite score for a player at the end of the half or at the end of a quarter. The player will be able to see how he's doing based on his contacting the ball, being in position, making the right decision, and the qualitative things that we have not been able to pin down is brought to bear in this tool, And the beauty about it is that the tool is something that anyone can administer once you understand the game, and the instructions are there to be followed. It will require some practice, but as soon as someone becomes proficient, they will be able to give valuable feedback to the coaching staff, valuable feedback to the players, whether that player be getting the feedback from a member of his own family, friend, or the coaching staff itself. And this is something exciting, this is something to see, and I'm sure that the players will demand this. When we play the game of cricket, as soon as you get off the field, you know what your score is. You can even look up and see what your score is before you get off the pitch. Here in football, soccer football, we don't quite get to that, where you can get a qualitative report on your performance in an instant that is comparable on an international scale. We have benchmarked the process, and we will see. Examples are there here in the workbook for the persons who purchase this workbook will be able to start working on those. We have delved into youth safety. We have delved into heading, protective gear. All of that area we have gone into, and we are looking forward to your support with the new products that will come later on. But first, you must see the 100 Principles of Top Flight Football that we have produced. It's a 464-page book. It's really a manual, and the instructions are there, and the information, enough information is there to reduce what we like to call the information deficit that is plaguing some teams and preventing the sustainability of high performance.